Overnight inventory long, inside range, inside value. This platform has yesterday's volume point of control at 58.93. We're right at it. We're at the fairest price volume wise yesterday. I am not in a hurry to do anything here. Ray, are you?
No, it seems to be very much in a very much of a balanced area. So really not giving us any indication as to what direction they want to take this. You can see here we're right smack in the middle of our visible value range here on the right on top of point of control. Well, what happens when we get fair price? Well, we're trying to collect as much of that as we can, right? Everybody wants a good price, right? So we're most likely, if we're going to be looking for a move, this is not necessarily the area that we want to be in order for that to happen. So, this is something that we probably need to sit on our hands, wait for some more information in the markets. Probably doesn't make for a very good opening range opportunity.
Yeah, well, Ray, I like what you said about everybody wants to get a good price, right? And if that point of control that you're looking at on your visible range chart is the fair price, then why would we want to trade there? I don't want to trade there. I want to trade in an unfair price.
Exactly. We want to be in a place that's going to where price moves, where price is going to potentially trend, and in an area where there's fair price. Well, what are we trying to do? We're trying to collect as much, and we're getting even kind of transactions both on the buy and the sell side. People are happy here. There's no motivation to do much of anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, thank you, Ray. Any other comments on any of the charts that we've looked at today?
No, again, kind of interesting. I think like we've mentioned already. I mean, there's this kind of seems to be a kind of a news-driven market. So be on the lookout for those kind of news events that could cause things. That's going to cause us to be a little bit on the edge here, I guess, a little bit, given that kind of newsline risk. But again, I think we can continue to wait for good levels, and I think we should be fine.
Awesome. Thank you, Ray. JD, I got a little bit of news here for crude before the opening range trade here. Do you want me to kind of talk about
order filled?
A little quip here.
Absolutely. Let's hit it. Thank you, Hope.
So, we're seeing oil prices rise today, obviously. A lot of that is supported by hopes that upcoming talks between the U.S. and China will lead to a deal between the two largest crude consumers in the world. So you get to Treasury Secretary Bessent will meet with China's top economic official over the weekend in Switzerland. Well, I guess it's a kind of a neutral area there, right? For negotiations over a trade war that is disrupting the global economy. Gold prices continue to edge lower. Don't fight the island top, folks. Don't fight the island top. All right, JD, what are we looking at here?
Got the 1 minute chart up in crude oil. We'll be looking at that opening range trade in just a couple of minutes. Yeah, don't fight the island top, that's for sure, Hogue. We took that counter trend trade in gold. It was looking great for a few minutes as stocks were dumping, but then everything just reversed right in our faces.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Stocks were going straight down. Yeah. Stocks were going straight down. Gold was going straight up. You blinked, and stocks were going straight up, and gold was going straight down. So it happens that fast. Headline risk is on today, folks. Keep an eye on the news. We should be, I think we're going to see some volatility today. We've got the president coming out at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time talking about that U.S.-UK trade deal. So a lot on the docket today. Expect a tape bomb or two. I will be, at least. But we got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the opening range trade in crude. Again, the 1 minute opening range trade, opening range breakout. Official regular trading hours for crude oil, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time is the opening bell.
Well, just over a minute till that comes. JD, for the last two sessions, the opening range has remained either the low 2 days ago and the high yesterday.
Yeah, I don't even remember why we got out of that. Did we get out of the trade yesterday just because everything else was choppy, and we were in a see profit, take profit type of environment. We called that sort of before we put the trade on. Is this a see profit, take profit trade? And I think we agreed yes that it was. So we got out at 2-to-1 R, and it turned out to be a pretty excellent trade.
Yeah, there was no real overnight inventory yet yesterday coming in. I mean, it opened right at settlement from the previous day. What was coming out yesterday? Let me take a look. Yesterday.
I want to say we got out of that trade before. Oh no, we got into the trade right after we got off the opening call. Right as we were exiting the opening call, we got triggered into the trade, and I think we got out before the equity opened. So we weren't in it that long, just a couple of minutes.
No, major, no numbers came out at 7 o'clock yesterday. Nothing at 8 o'clock. It wasn't until 10:30 or 9:30 Central Time. The crude oil inventories. I wonder.
Right.
We lennied it, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember why we got out of that trade so quick yesterday. We were just
had a
looking
good reason.
for 2-to-1.
Yeah. I remember we had a good reason. I think just because it was choppy all around. There was a lot there's a lot of uncertainty around.
The 10 o'clock bar came all the way back to the top of the opening range, didn't take out the high of it, and then it just fell apart after that. All the way back up to the opening range, and then fell apart.
Crude is open for business right now. We've got a 16-tick wide opening range so far. We will play the breakout.
Order filled. Yeah.
Got our stop down or below.
Hoping it breaks to the downside.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Got a kind of a potential repair day.
Yeah. Well, we've got our stops to enter above and below. 58.96 above, 58.78 below. Just one lots. Yeah, 16 tick wide opening range. So we'll be risking about another 20 ticks on this trade also.
Yeah, we went 2 for 2 yesterday, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Took a while for crude oil to break out. We were working those orders for a good 20 minutes before we broke out of the 1 minute opening range.
Well, that was probably a function of the news that was impending in the crude oil, right? We had EIA yesterday, so nobody wanted to necessarily get in front of that until they had a feel for it. So yeah, that's understandable, I guess.
Yeah. Here we are smack dab in the middle of the range right now. Right on top of that 58.88 level, which is yesterday's value area high.
And yes, smack dab is an industry term.
Smack dab.
Very technical.
Bullseye.
That ass high, that ass low, and smack dab.
Smack dab. I'm going to relabel all of our levels.
Could it be something that we be? I was going to say that 59 seems to be kind of screaming out at me. Could it be something that we're bullish above 59, bearish below 59? Could that be something that could come in play here?
I'd be high,
like a line in the sand.
Yeah,
high of the opening range yesterday, and the IB high yesterday was 59.20. I don't hate that idea, Ray.
Yeah.
Got tilt 59% short and crude right now, trading around the lower end of the opening range, sort of. Oak really wants a short signal. I think we might get it if it misses us by a tick. There we go.
Coach Vince, long gold 33.55.
Vince is long gold, huh? Where are we at on that?
Value low from today? Vince?
Gold just
kind of
came ripping back.
Yeah.
Gold ripping back. Looks like
took
we were
out your stop.
liquidity. Well, our stop was all the way up at 33.55 or 33.54.90. Put in a low of 33.52.60. So, I mean, it ran through us pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered how deep we put that stop. It would have run us down.
Always seems to.
Mm-hmm. Equities haven't quite sold back off yet. Is gold our leader today? Is gold our leading indicator today? Or the equities? Who's leading who? We'll get more context behind that as the day goes on, but they're definitely working inversely. As equities go up, gold is going down. There's a relationship there the last couple of weeks. Correlation, I should say.
Yeah.
Not so much a relationship.
Gold has typically been one of the best stores of value when things aren't going well. Hence the inverse relationship lately.
Yep. Here we are again in crude smack dab in the middle.
Smack dab in the middle.
We might get a long trigger here. We tried the lower end of the opening range. Now we're testing the higher end of the opening range. We are technically trading a 5-minute opening range at this point. We have exhausted 5 minutes of trade without breaking out of the opening range. So you may technically call this a 5-minute ORB breakout, opening range breakout. Still waiting, watching, judging.
It's like, well, we're waiting. There we go.
And we're in 58.97 long 1 crude oil. House account long 1 crude 58.97.
A little slippage on that, huh?
What was our high of the opening range? Yeah, 1 tick of slippage. 1 tick of slippage. We were working 96s.
All right. Where you putting the order that shall not be named?
Down below, new lows, 58.77.
20.
See another level of invalidation.
Order filled.
I see kind of 58.65, 58.64. That's kind of below some structure here on the 15-minute, but that might be a little bit rich on the risk side. But
it's pretty deep.
I do see a little bit of structure. I do see a little bit of price structure there that could offer us maybe a little bit of a fence against.
I can definitely see that as a target. I see exactly what you're looking at. Definitely a target to the downside.
2 ticks outside the opening range isn't enough. You got to give it a few more tickies.
A couple more tickies. All right. We're down by overnight VWAP 58.71. Overnight VWAP. Got our stop just
a little demand zone that's been created from 58.80 down to 58.60. Little demand zone. So that should support your. If this is going to play out the way we would like, that area should hold.
I'd love to see some follow through immediately.
Yeah.
Yesterday was great. It gave us, we knew immediately that we were in a good trade in crude oil because it just kept going in our direction and it didn't stop.
Excellent.
It took a while to get going, but once it was going, it was gone.
Yeah. It starts chopping around like this. Makes me nervous. Makes my palms sweat. It does run out of gas and crude will just sit there. Taunt you.
No pun intended.
Order filled.
Run out of gas.
Go away, or I shall taunt you a second time.
All right, folks. We got the Fast Markets crew coming up in just a little bit, but how about a like and a subscribe for your opening call crew? Thanks for joining us so early this morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always great to see all you lovelies in the chat joining us for a couple of opening range trades before the equities open. Getting everyone involved.
JD, you know who we have coming today?
What do we got?
We have Robin Dane coming today. She's going to be with us at 1:15. She is a peak performance coach, 38 years of coaching traders, an active trader. She, I haven't met her yet, but we've had some conversation, on email, and she just sounds fantastic. She's going to be with us for 45 minutes. We're going to post a link to ask questions of Robin, and get your questions in. It's going to be a great session. She's got a really cool website. You can even like do an emotional trading test. What condition is your trading mindset on her website? We're going to talk about all this later, but I'm very excited about it. I always get excited about having these folks on and provide some great stuff for traders everywhere. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to that. It's going to be at what time is that? 1:00 Central Time.
Right after Top Quiz. Yes. So about 1:15.
1:15 p.m. Central Time. Again, we'll post the question form in the chat for you guys if you have a question for Robin Dane. Take some time.
Well, you're looking
for a good one. Yeah, we got a nice ripping crude going.
Yeah. You can get above that 59.20 level.
Stopped right at 59.20, didn't it?
Let's go.
Yeah, if we can get
our high of the day
overnight.
Overnight high, 59.26. Let's see a push above there. 59.20 was our exact, or 59.22 is our 1-to-1 R. So far, it looks like we caught the right side of this. Again, Hoke said the last two trading days, opening range is held as the high or the low for the session in crude oil. Love to see the same thing happen again today.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a 1-minute opening range we look at, too. 1-minute opening range is held as the high or the low for the session in crude oil. We are on the right side of this one so far. Hopefully, we continue to get that follow through. For the rest of the day.
Order filled.
Fast Market's coming up next. We got Jack
Order filled.
And Baron P. Baron P's coming off a little bit of a stinger in the markets, but that's okay. We're going to help him turn it around live here on Top Step TV. We'll be here for the morning recap at 11 o'clock Central Time, just after Fast Markets, as usual. Then I'll be joining Andre and Doom in our Rising Star segment. Doom is back. This guy's an incredible trader. Can't wait to have him on again. And Marie and Deanna, I'll be joining them for Lunchbox Trading, 12 o'clock Central Time, where you mentioned Top Quiz and Hoag's interview with Robin Dane, high-performance trading coach. Again, we'll be dropping that question form in the chat later on this morning, probably in the next hour or so. We might even have it ready now. I don't know. I don't want to do that. Never mind. When we post it, we'll let you know. So get your questions ready. And then we're closing out the day in Power Hour with Andre, Gabe, and Quasi. Quasi is back. New fan favorite around here. So, plenty of tradertainment coming your way today. Make sure you stick around. House account long, crude oil. And we're still looking pretty good here. We got about 2 minutes left together here before we make way for our Fast Markets counterparts. Any words of wisdom going into the trading day today? lots happening today. We got the president coming out in 45 minutes. We got headlines already shooting all over the place. These markets are volatile. Things are moving around. How do we handle it?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the word of wisdom again, I think, is stay true to your process and the equity will come. I think oftentimes traders are too focused on the equity and that gets them into a little bit of trouble, but stay true to your process, wait for your edge, wait for your trade to come to you. And that often leads to the best trade and it leads to the equity that we all desire. So that's
Thank
my
you, Ray.
word of wisdom.
Yeah, guys, chat. Andre is back. Andre's home. Our guy.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be here in just a few minutes. People, the same, like 25 people have been asking all week long, every morning. Where's Andre? Where did Andre go? Guys, we're human beings, and we need to take breaks just like everybody else. It's not easy sitting here talking at a wall with a camera attached to it all day long. It becomes exhausting.
You're assuming we're human beings.
I assure you, we are not AI generated.
Yeah. With
flesh and blood,
skin
and bone.
News headlines, tweets flying all over the place. Make sure you don't get hit in the head by one. Take a deep breath. Stay humble, grateful, creative, and centered in your trading today. Pray for peace. Have a great trading day. Trade well. Looking forward to having another great day.
Thank you, Hogue. Thank you, Coach Ray. All right, house count long, one crude oil, 58.97, going into fast markets. We're going to have the opening bell coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to get out of here and set up that fast markets crew for success. All right, stick around, folks. Plenty of tradertainment coming your way right here on Top Step TV. Let's go.
Why Top Step? Because traders shouldn't have to risk everything to participate in the markets. And since 2012, we've provided capital to over 10,000 futures traders just like you. From the pits in Chicago to screens in over 143 countries, we've been motivated by one simple idea. We don't care who you are or where you learn to trade. If you pass Top Step's trading evaluation, you'll be invited to trade with our capital in a fully funded account. As a Top Step funded trader, you keep 90% of profits and we take the losses. We also offer educational resources for all levels, live classes, and free group coaching from a team with over a century of professional trading experience. We're invested in your success. So what are you waiting for? Ditch the brokerage account, start learning by doing, and become a Top Step funded trader today.
Introducing the all-new TopStep dashboard. It's faster, cleaner, and includes real-time stats and instant XFA activation. Payouts are deducted instantly so you can get back to trading. Bank your resets and use on any active account. Every reset gives you 30 days. No rush, more control. Experience the evolution of TopStep. Join the waitlist today. Order filled.
as well. Let's go straight to Dakota. Thoughts coming into the open. Dakota, what's up, man?
I'm just going to watch this. We're already up. We're pumped today. We're up 1%. We are starting to sell off right now. I'm looking at this nice key level going into this session. It's going to be 118s to 130s. Looks like we tried to break down 135 for a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, yesterday during Power Hour with David Green, we just freaking got smoked to the upsides. Went just a 200 point rally, slow markets. Everything was going good. Was with Coach Jay. We pumped up again, another 200 points, 300 points overnight. And it's been buy the dip mode with headlines flying off. And I don't know. It seems like it's just any moment a headline could move this market 100 or 200 points. So it's just patience, be cautious, and let's see if we could manage some risk today. I'm up 3,600 from last night. Ooh. So traders in the chat, you guys see me come on air when I take losses. I'm paraded in front of everybody sitting here with a $3,000 loss, but now look, plus 3,600.
Well done, Dakota. Well, when I start to this open, I'm throwing Jack here in a second. Let's see what the open's doing. I kind of can't pick a direction right now. Last trade in the ES 5690, Nasdaq 20,160. Gold House does have a oil trade long one crude from $58.97 last trade there, 59.05. Jack, seeing a little bit of selling here in the ES and Nasdaq as well. Any levels you're looking at that coincide with the options?
Well, we only have a half an hour until Trump speaks, so at least we have it on the calendar today. And it would be unusual to get a bunch of tweets right now. Probably, I don't know, backstage practicing the speech. But they're going to be a trade deal announcement with the UK. I don't think I want to hold a position while Trump is speaking this morning. What do you think about that, Dakota?
I have a lot of opinions on that, Jack.
A lot of
Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. He made a deal with the UK, or he's announced a deal with the UK.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore at this point. I mean, just trade what's in front of us now. I know he did say there was big news. Is that the big news? I don't. It's hard to say. I'm looking to buy dips.
Yeah. Okay. Buy the dips. Dakota, you were looking at a level around 20,118. Last trade 20,124. Throw it to Hogue here. Hogue, opening range. Looks like we're seeing some selling here in the Nasdaq. Dead ass high. What are you seeing over there, Hogue?
Yeah, the opening range in the Nasdaq is the dead ass high. The S&P did break to the upside before taking out the low. We do have a lot of overnight inventory that is holding to the long side. It looks like that overnight inventory is currently unraveling. I'm with Dakota. You know, I'm looking to buy the dip, but going to see if we can find some structure. See if we close the gap in the S&Ps. The session gap close would be to 56.75. In the Nasdaq, the session gap close to yesterday's high would be high that spike that Dakota, you got that real nice yesterday. 20,053.5. There are a couple of visual targets up here in the S&P and in the Nasdaq. Naked points of control, 20,106 quarter, 20,221. They were both checked in the overnight. I prefer to see them checked in the regular trading hour session. Those levels also in the S&Ps. Naked points of control, 57.12, 56.89.75. Let's see if we can close this gap and see if we find buyers there.
Okay. Good stuff. Again,
there is a technical pattern I'm watching, Andre, on an hourly chart. Yeah, here we go. So DBA concepts dictates that support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, where you see these highs up here. Where we broke out of these highs last night, so there is a decent chance that if we come back down and test, and then we look for some type of rally. So that's also, this is probably my bigger setup that I'm watching for, a retest of this trend line we just broke.
DBA concepts. Catch me up to
front lines there as well.
Getting into slow markets, man. If you know, you know.
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead, Jack.
If we go to my chart, I also have, on this rally, We talked about this yesterday. We got nice trend line here. That would be about 5670 in the ES. I'm also kind of looking at, we are right now almost to the point. We're 2 points below where the SPX close was on Liberation Day right now. So we've kind of gone full circle with Trump announcing all these tariffs, and now he's going to announce the first deal, and we are exactly to the point where we were when the first announcement came.
How about that?
Make this shit up, Andre.
It all comes full circle, Jack. How about it? Indeed. DVA concepts, hashtag slow markets. Tune into that. Absolutely. Take a look at gold. Gold's still moving to the upside, 33.74 half. Crude, $59.16. What do we have on the calendar for today? Of course, we have the president expected to announce a trade deal of some sorts with the UK, top of the hour. We also have wholesale inventories coming out at the same time. Besides that, we got 30-year bond auction, high noon Central Time. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but right now, it's a bit of a holding pattern before the big announcement, the big reveal. Before we get going any further, upper left-hand corner of the screen, hashtag fast markets, hashtag power hour. Hit us up at TopStep TV on the X. Let's see all those cool trader station setups. Cool swag, cool trader wins. Love seeing that green on the calendar. And hashtag fast markets, hashtag power hour at TopStep TV on the X.
What time is he supposed to be talking about, or that big reveal? Did we say?
An hour. Top of the hour.
9 a.m. Central, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so 25 minutes, 24 minutes.
Yes, indeed. Oh, take a look at the tilt. Nothing showing on the tilt. Again, we got the crude oil trade. The house count is along $58.97. A little rusty right now. A little rusty. I'm back midweek. So yeah, after a big FOMC. Jack, catch me up to speed on FOMC. Anything earth-shattering, news breaking?
I wasn't actually. I'm catching up because I've had to leave early this week to take care of some things. But it looks like there was a lot of back and forth volatility. Looks like we sold off right on the announcement. Bought again, sold off again, bought again, sold off again. So kind of a mega range. You were there, Dakota. How did y'all navigate this?
I was there. I'm a witness. I was a witness. It was a whole lot of nothing. Violently unchanged is a good definition. And until we got just like this 200-point tweet straight up, sold off a little bit, and then here we are. 200 points higher again after that. I don't think much came out of it. You've seen. Trump called him a fool, right? Of course.
He's a fool now? Oh, yeah. Pow.
Right.
Things. Yeah.
It's the boxing match that we're seeing here. Fed versus president, where president's wanting the interest rates to be cut, but the Fed's a little hesitant, watching, data dependent, right? Yep. Their dual mandate. Here we are, selling off 113s.
Yes, we are. Selling here in the ES as well. New lows, 56.79 just printed. Nasdaq, 20,107. Dakota's got an eye on this level right around here. Not taking any trades just yet. Barron is expected to join us soon. We are looking. Maybe we lost him. Barron, where are you? Yes, Barron will be joining Lowry. Hogue.
Oh, Barron.
Upside target for this crude trade. We're just going to trail the stop. How do we want to play this?
Well, it is an opening range trade, and if we were going to do it right, we would just let it play out. Opening range is the dead ass low of the regular trading hour session. Having a lot of trouble up against the IB high from yesterday, 59.20. We've been really focused on that level. More times we hit it, the more I think we're probably going to break out above it. But this would be the third day in a row that the opening range was one extreme or the other in the regular trading hour session range. So if we can take out these 59.20s, I could see, big target, 60-64, a naked point of control, way up there. But this looks like it would be a little bit of trouble up here around $59.80, $60.
Okay.
Market's
Can't pick a direction right now. You want to go lower, but the buyers do step in. What do you got, Dakota?
it's selling off a little bit. Not a dramatic panic sell though. We're just
something here on the ES ladder. What do we have here on the ES ladder? Last trade in the ES 56.81. I think I saw a 500 lot way up there at about 100 points higher, 57.72. 500 lot way up there. We'll go get that by the end of the day. We'll find out. What else?
I think we're just sitting and waiting for
Yeah, we
the
are.
next 20 minutes.
How Hoke, how has the market been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Well,
Equities. I see we're higher, obviously.
If you want to look, if you really want to look at it, look at the daily chart. This is the S&Ps. We have been, in essence, inside of the entire range from last Friday, the entire week. We looked below it yesterday after the FOMC meeting, but we're still inside of that one daily extended trading hour range. We haven't moved.
Yeah, we went up, tested the high. Now we're right, almost right in the middle of it too.
Yeah, smack dab in the middle.
Smack dab.
That's a new industry term we coined today.
I heard, an opening call. What was it? The other industry term you named? What was it? Smush? No, something in there. Yes, we keep renaming. We got a glossary around here. Also, pinned to the top of the chat. You heard Hoke talking about those levels a few minutes ago. Pinned to the top of the chat. Top Step daily levels. We refresh and update those before every New York Open. Make sure to have some real estate on the screen for that. Do one better. Click on the indicators tab, top of TopStepX. Type in Top Step daily levels. And boom, you have them overlaid right there on your charts throughout the day. See a little bit of buying here. Pick a direction. 20,130 last trade. Crude new highs. What's up, Hoop? Crude new highs indeed. 59.36. High print 59.43. Tilt looking pretty 50-50. I guess 71% long in crude right now. Again, present expect to speak top of the hour.
I want to short gold if I can get a pop here.
Okay. What are you seeing in the gold?
Failed upside auction. You know, the 2 days range, the last 2 days, left a gap, and we created a gap, which we've been unable to close. If I put this on regular trading hours, it'll help. So here is...
Holy cow.
Here's the gap up. Here's regular trading hour low yesterday. This was after the close, and this was... So I don't really consider that regular trading hours. So we've been unable to close the regular trading hours gap. So we gapped up and we gapped away. That's an island top. And that's a reversal signal.
Okay. You have a particular price, or you're just going to watch the price action and get in on that trade? If you take the short.
We're right at the IB high right now in gold. So, if I'm going to take it, I've got 60 ticks of risk on this.
All right.
Short
still pushing?
gold. Hoke.
What's that?
Interested to see.
Short gold. I've learned my lesson.
I know, right?
Touch the stove. Sometimes you gotta touch the stove. Hey, crude not done. We're putting new highs here. 59.46. What's up, Jack?
If it remains, is the first real kind of shot across the bow for in the favor of bears and gold if the island top remains.
I agree.
So what I was
agree.
going to say, Andre, is
Yes,
that
sir.
I'm interested to see the contents of this UK trade deal because it's sort of like an appetizer for everything else. We're pretty friendly with the UK, obviously.
Yeah.
Despite our differences on certain words and phrases, but they are only, I believe, 3% of our trade. So in substance, this won't be a huge part of it, but it'll give an idea of what these deals look like. So I think that could be really market moving.
I like that.
Good
yeah.
point. Good point. The extension that he released on chips was pretty big for the tech side, like NVIDIA and
Aluminium.
Aluminium, I saw, yes. And units of measurements, of course. 20,000
schedule.
one schedule, absolutely. 20,113 last trade. We are a bit of a range right now. Again, present, we'll speak top of the hour. Stay tuned here on Top Step TV. Hey, Top Step TV. I miss you, everyone. Good to be back. Where's everyone watching from all across the globe right now? Shout out to, obviously, Estonia. Estonia, where you at?
Boomer
Have
Brian
everyone-
live.
Yep, Boomer
Holland.
Brian. Not from Estonia, Boomer. I know you're not. Earth. There you go, Robert. Planet Earth, indeed. 77% long in crude right now. Average price from there, $59.01. They are happy. Last trade, 59.36.
St. Croix. I've been there.
No,
Luck would have it. Yeah. Are they still
Amazing.
searching? There was a book there some guy wrote about searching for the Ark of the Covenant, and he thinks it's in St. Croix. And he wrote this whole
Incredible, Jack.
textbook of all the evidence
Absolutely.
pointing to the Ark in St. Croix.
Of course.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy seemed battier than
Hey,
a bat.
absolutely.
If you like that, Jack, you should watch a movie or a TV series called Outer Banks.
Oh, perfect.
I'll check it out. Are they looking for the Ark?
They look for different treasures. Bunch of kids. It's funny. It's entertaining.
I'm in for it.
Yep, I'm here for that as well. 56.82 last trade in the ES. Works of holding. Hogue seeing a little bit of a sell off in gold. 33.65. Overnight view about 33.70. You look for a bit more of a pop there to sell into, but initial read was right there, Hogue.
Got to do more trading and less talking.
Oh man, how is the chat? They still lighting us up with that?
No, I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, we pushed those. There's a lot of traders that wish they did more talking and less trading while they wait for these headlines to come out.
We're 50-50 on the tilt for the equities, 80% long in crude oil. That one gets really directional with the tilt.
Crude, yes, it does. Okay, keep bouncing off the lows here in the Nasdaq and 20,104. Dow might be taking a look to the downside here, about 30 points off the lows there. 41,380.
Somebody asked, no, we won't be pumping in Trump. We don't have the rights. We've been kicked out of the press pool.
Man. For now, that is. We are working diligently behind the scenes to get get credentials. As they did open up, they opened it up to everyone, right? They opened it up to everyone. If you play nice, maybe you can do something.
Yeah, we got to start.
All right, if I make some new lows in the ES, just riding. Can't new lows. Nasdaq.
We did go up and test those highs, Hogue, and now we're just selling off. We're
some more moving to the downside. Dakota is pretty much hands off until top of the hour.
I for one. What's up, everybody? Looks like everyone's frozen. Am I the only one here? Here's Andre. He's on mute. I can't hear Andre.
Oh man, already got the gremlins going in. What happened right there?
Order
that
filled.
Was terrifying.
Order
I thought
filled.
You guys were awfully silent, and then I got frozen, and then I rejoined, and both of you were frozen. I couldn't tell if I was on air.
Hit everyone.
Thankfully, I didn't say anything too inflammatory.
Going low.
We are selling down to that trend line.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Here's the scary thing about this market is we talk about buy the dip. We want to buy the dip, buy the dip, say, right, on these pullbacks. When we do this right before like a Trump speech or headline news, it randomly comes out and then we rip 200-300 points higher. And it just happens so fast. So the opportunities can sometimes come and go before we could even find a way to get into this market, just like last night. But we are continuing to sell off. I mean, we're 200 points lower from the highs. You can see where we rallied up to that Friday that Hogue was talking about.
Order filled. Order filled.
Made that high at 250s, 260s. We sold off. We tested the lows. We even peaked below it. And we are now, like Hook said, smack dab right in the middle. I think we could still sell off a little bit more. I'd like to see us test this trend line and then get a nice consolidation and opportunity to buy this.
Yeah, we need to see some consolidation now.
Yeah. I guess before we froze there, Dakota, I was just pretty much hands off until the top of the hour. I mean, you're sitting on a lead for $3,600. It come in those levels.
Hands off for me. It's tempting to come in and find some long opportunities, but just got to be hands off. Hands off. We have 10 minutes.
Yes, we do. Jack, what were those prices again? You're looking at coincide with the
order filled.
The ES.
Order filled.
We had resistance down at like the 5600 SPX. So you can see where it bounced in this. I have a purple box there. A number of times, really 5620 to 5600 in the futures. We've seen
order filled
resistance going back to the beginning of the month.
Oh, that's trade. Recent lows just put in 5671. Holding pattern right now. That's okay. Stay patient. Wait for opportunity. Volatility has definitely been there so far. Keep in mind this crude house account long from, what is it? 58.97. Last trade, 59.41. Looking for perhaps an upside target if we get there. Hoag's got a visual target of $60.64. About $1.20 away from that. Till 50-50, besides crude, like Jack was saying, 72% long.
More trading, less talking, Hoag.
What's up, Hoag? Oh, gold? I know.
Gold, yeah.
You weren't even talking.
Yeah.
I know.
And take a look at gold. 33.66 last trade there. Man, oh man, we got 4,600
order
people
filled.
All
order filled.
Click like, follow, and subscribe. 161,000 subscribers. Awesome to see. Let's see if we get to 162,000 by the end of the day. Crew wants to make out here.
Man.
Dow,
like we're
looking low.
Bouncing an instant 30 points.
Maybe a bit exuberant in the overnight futures, given the news. We'll see if it's a sell the news. Hopefully, this is not the outline of a framework.
Yeah. By the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, I saw obviously that rally off the tweet or whatever, announcing the framework of a trade deal with the UK. We'll get some more details or not to top the hour. I mean, how specific are we looking for it to get? I mean,
I haven't seen, because as I was preparing for the show, I've seen some things that seem to be in it, some breaks for the tech companies, but like, I don't know. I'll let him explain it.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get that, here we go. We've 10% U.S. tariff in place. That's an older headline. We got our eye on the headline, of course. Coming out that speech at the top of the hour, we have those numbers as well. But before we get that, we got the tip of the week. Okay, it is the first time I'm seeing the tip of the week. Let's get that going. What is it? We've been pumping it every day so far. Queued up. It is practice emotional control. Get that graphic up.
There it is.
There it is. Practice emotional control. Learn to manage your emotions, such as fear and greed. Man, that's going to be well stated. Emotional decisions often lead to mistakes. Stay calm, rational, and stick to your predefined rules. Dakota, I must say, you practice emotional control quite well. Did you have to learn that, or how have you gotten better at it? How have you learned to actually practice emotional control? Because you do not seem to get phased or rattled very, very much.
Yeah, experience, I think, just getting used to losing. If you tuned into my slow markets last night, I showed a little bit of a glimpse of my biggest losing day of 2025, which was $233,000 was my biggest losing day of 2025 in my personal. That's a little bit bigger than my biggest winning day. My biggest winning day, I went through and seen it was just over 210,000. And then you see what we're doing here at TopStep. plus or minus $3,000. So there's a lot of perspective, right? Relative. Everybody in chat, if you make or lose $20 in a day in your account, you're not going to really care very much, right? It's easier to control your emotions.
Order filled. Order filled.
I think understanding that and understanding that over a longer period of time, you're going to get used to taking these losses, and then you're going to get used to following the process of executing and trying to manage a trade.
Well put.
Yeah, absolutely. Experience. Yes. The more you see, the more you experience, the less rattled you get. Hogue. Well, get Hogue in here. Hogue. Back on screen.
Don't forget.
Practicing emotional control. We've been at this for a minute now. What's the best way?
Yeah.
How do you practice your emotional control when taking it on the chin sometimes?
Yeah. I understand when I am making emotional decisions, and I stop. I try not to trade when I know I'm making emotional decisions. And don't forget, we have Robin Dane on today, 1:15, right after the top quiz. It's going to be great. She's got a couple of bullet points she's going to kind of talk about here, but we are going to be posting a document where you're going to be able to ask questions. She's going to be talking about some of the biggest reasons that traders fail, overcoming repeated errors and tools on how to change that, and trader tracking and how tracking your results. Kind of a love-hate relationship, but emotional control to me is very difficult. It takes a lot of energy. I found that understanding how your emotions change your decision-making process to be a useful tool and that's why we've got that emotional journal on the website for everybody to kind of take a look at how things change physically, mentally, and emotionally while they are actively trading, and then learn to use those to your advantage. If you do that for, let's say, 3-4 weeks, you're going to start to recognize patterns in your behavior based on some of the emotions and the way things change, even while you're in the middle of a trade. So I'm really looking forward to having Robin on today. It's going to be a good one.
1:15 Central after Top Quiz, because of course Top Quiz is 1 o'clock Central. But yes, absolutely, Coach Robin Dane joins. Maybe touch on emotional control as well. I'm sure we'll spray to all fields there. Don't look now. Crude continue to push higher here. New highs 59.56 last trade, and new highs printed.
So, damn man, we bounced right off that trend line in the ES.
71s.
How do I draw these friggin' things?
They look pretty.
I'm fine with it. They look pretty.
Trust. Yes, they do. It's art. It's a abstract.
Whatever. We got 2 minutes.
Come on, let's get some movement here. Get rocking and rolling.
The president speaks.
Oh yeah, of course we got wholesale inventories as well, but obviously all eyes on the announcement on a UK trade deal. What will it have in store? We'll see how thin it gets here on the ladder in the ES. Still not crazy thin. Nasdaq, I assume get low. Yeah.
Yeah, these little rallies in the Nasdaq have been being sold off. Being sold. I say little rallies, but they're 40 points plus.
Not time to buy it yet, I guess, huh?
It doesn't look like it.
I'm watching behind the scenes on silent this Trump announcement, just so I can say when he's on stage.
Okay, cool. We don't have the rights to streaming it, but like I said, we'll be all over it. Here in real time at Top Step TV, 60 seconds. The big announcement.
He'll be a few minutes late. This isn't like an economic release.
Yeah, is this going to be a sign of what things to come in the future? Like Jack was saying, with the framework, obviously UK trade partner, not the biggest trade partner of the United States, but give us a little insight into what's to come. Also, Hogue, gold's still selling off a little bit here, 33.61.
Yep. Hopefully somebody caught that.
Who did catch it? Okay.
Yeah, man. NVIDIA is edging towards it's 117.5 right now. Tesla up 3%. Google rebounding a little bit, thank goodness.
Oh, how's our 10-year How's the 10-year looking after FOMC, Jack? Let's take a look at Fed.
We'll take a look. I have some bond stuff to go through. Let me just
Okay.
see first if Trump is on
Boss.
time here.
Boss,
For
speak
those,
on-
Andre, you weren't here yesterday, but I was
Mm-mm.
buying Google on air as it was tanking. Hell of a day for it. It was down as much as 10% yesterday. Closed about 7.5% down.
Unreal. It is top. Oh, wholesale inventories. How the wholesale inventories come out? Pretty much in line month over month. Expected 0.5, actual 0.4. Wholesale sales month over month. Expected 0.9, actual 0.6. Got that out of the way. Seeing a little bit of push high, a little bit of push higher, I should say. 20,104 on the Nasdaq. Yes, 56.80 last trade. Bottom out around 56.71. So up about 8 points or so. Dakota, DBA concepts. I am.
Hey, yeah.
I
If you want to know
gotta
what those are, just tune into Slow Market.
I like that tease. Absolutely. DBA concepts.
I've been killing it in slow markets, man. It's the Asian session has been a lot cleaner, a lot smoother, less noise, and yeah, so that's why I'm just gonna practice a lot more patience here during the New York session. Buyer stepped in at 080s.
Yes, they did. Okay. Gold still rolling over. 33.57 last trade there. Starting to see, like, of course, I've seen some buying here in the Nasdaq. Maybe have a little correlation here. Gold go lower, equities go higher for now. 56.82 last trade in ES, closing on overnight VWAP, about 6.5 points away from overnight VWAP in ES. That's 56.88. It has gotten much thinner on the ladder in the Nasdaq, so might be seeing speech getting released or beginning that matter. 20,120 last trade Nasdaq, 20,135 overnight VWAP. No size on the ladder just yet.
It's getting a little thin.
It is. Looks like something's about to come out, Hogue.
Someone.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Will there be a Kinko's
I was just
chart?
yeah.
We need to get some from TopStep in whatever Kinko's or FedEx Kinko's is closest to the White House.
That was incredible. Yeah. Uh-huh.
We need clearance peaks.
Yep. 20,115 last trade in the in the Nasdaq. Yep. Gold still pushing lower here. $15 off last 30 minutes or so.
Can't short gold until you can.
Then what we got here on the ladder? Something's in the ladder. In the we got a 50 lot down here in the Nasdaq. 20,113. 50 lot on the bid.
I've seen a couple of them come through and get filled.
I'm seeing you can find Trump speaking live in Financial Juice, or maybe if you go to the news section of TopStepX.
Yeah, oh yeah. Building the drama, as always. Rehearsing the speech.
But keep us on as well.
Uh-huh.
Jiraj, our YouTube overlords, we cannot play the Trump press conference live on our stream. Google was down 10% yesterday. They're feisty. They will F us up.
Yeah, they are looking to go
get some skulls.
Come on, oil found some buying. Saw a bit of a pullback in oil around 59.45 or so, probably about 10 cents, but 3 cents off the highs in crude. Again, house account long. You see at the top of the screen there, $58.97.
Who do you think will show up first? We got Barron or Trump?
Let's put it on the poll. Put it on the poll.
or Barron Trump.
Barron Trump, yes, absolutely. There you go.
Or if we do crypto hour again.
Do we have a lot of traders who trade crypto here? Do we? I know we have the Bitcoin futures, but other than that, I don't think
I
there's a lot
don't
of
think a
people that
ton
trade
at the
crypto here.
moment, but I'll give some constructive feedback for our program. Is we're not really designed for it so much at this point. We have the micro Bitcoin, but even if you're in a 150K account, 15 it's like a real micro contract, like 15 contracts, and that is only 1.5 Bitcoin. I don't know if
Yeah,
that'll
but
go over
not.
well
Yeah,
with the
I
Nas.
think there's a lot of people in here that do trade future or crypto, but just not in futures, right?
Yeah. Well,
Or
like
something like
Order
Coinbase
filled.
or
Order
good
filled.
Coinbase, Dakota. Coinbase earnings out after the bell today. Make sure to stay tuned
Oh.
at the buzzer. It'll be all over that earnings coverage, start to finish. Coach Jay, Coach Paul in the house. There you go. Dead ass high in the chat. I trade crypto futures. Like the Hogue. Yup. Shout out to Hogue for that one.
Bitcoin's been pumping right now in the spot market. We're close to 100,000. We came up to 99,900 last night, trading
wow.
99,411 right now.
I think they announced like some type of new company or $100 million company for crypto, or I don't know.
New highs.
Once again,
crude.
this show is not financial advice. I saw someone asking me about Carvana. I've been flat that trade for a while, up about 10% today on earnings. I got out of there, man, because we got these auto tariffs and they sell used cars.
So good.
There'll be probably a couple real good earnings reports.
Have you ever given financial advice, Jack, to anybody?
Yeah, to my family. Like my mom is actually really on top of this stuff, but my brother is not. So like my brother recently bought a house and needed to sell some stocks or something to get some of the money. So I helped him with that. And that was right in the middle of when it was really shaking every day.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't understand. I'm like, well, you're going to execute this tomorrow and you will get somewhere between 5% more and 5% less than you see now. He's like, why is that? I'm like, welcome.
Well, yeah,
welcome.
Hey, more pot, new high here in crude, 59.74. About a 20-cent pop. You just saw 83% long crude.
That's going swimmingly.
Yes, it is. 60.64 upside target. See if we can go get it. 83% long crude. Average price 59.20. About 50 cents in the money on that. 20,000.
Whenever someone asks me, Jack, for financial advice, I always tell them, don't lose money.
Oh,
90%. I say 90% S&P 500, 10% bonds. Just like Warren Buffett.
Go invest in T-bills.
Yeah.
We'll sell it here in the ES.
New lows.
Yeah, new lows printed 56.68 in the ES. Nasdaq.
Spend new low less than you make.
20,000 exactly. 20,055 new low printed there. Dow seeing some selling as well. Crude moving in the upside. Gold, not sure what to do just yet. 33.64 in gold. Right now, only thing really moving is crude oil. Pushing higher here. New highs 59.79. And we are waiting imminently. President is scheduled to speak to announce a trade deal between the UK and the United States, or at least the framework, general framework. I maybe not get so specific on it, but we'll see.
Has Pal ever been late?
No.
He's always exactly on time.
Yeah.
Exactly on time.
Trump says he's late, but he's usually on time.
Yeah, well, he does always late with his decision.
You guys want to know what DBA Concepts was? That was it. Don't lose money.
I mean, where else can you get that stuff besides Top Step TV? Only the best and the best and price out there. Number 6 on the big board. Dakota in the house. Don't lose money. That's rule number 1. DBA Concepts. I like that. Folks saying spend. Yeah, spend less. Yeah.
Number 2 is if you do, it's a tax write-off.
There you go. What have you done any more recently show and tells here on the show for tax purposes, Dakota? I know we had the Scotty Cameron putter.
No, I haven't. I need to, man. I haven't bought anything. That's the thing.
Okay.
Also, estimated taxes suck.
Yeah.
I could do without those.
Quarterlies, yes.
Mm.
Feels like the market's twitchy to the downside here, fellas. 5670. Excuse me, 5670. Yes, 5667. Keeps putting in new lows. Just down ticking. Can't really get the momentum just yet. Gold wheeling, says
Sure
Alex.
boy.
Yep. Gold catching a bid. Is he here? Is he out there?
Nope.
Okay. Drama.
We might see just a lot of choppiness until it happens, until we get
Yeah.
something.
Some internet Kinko's getting the board printed still. Incredible. That.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Kevin
amazing.
Haslett. Kevin Haslett's over there because you know it's him.
Amazing. Ladder looking. Or got pulled up at 77, I do believe. Let's see it.
Do you
Thank
think
you,
they
ladder.
destroyed? Do you think they got rid of that Kinko's board from the first one, or like
Oh, that's
they
Smithsonian.
could make a lot of money by auctioning that off?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that was,
Sign
They
it
would
and
pay a
auction it
pretty
off.
penny.
it was a masterpiece. It was an absolute masterpiece.
Just signed by Lutnick and Navarro.
Yeah.
That's all I want on it.
All right, Dow selling making
Going up.
lows here. Yep. Maybe the longer they wait, the more itchy gets the downside. All right,